Hello everyone, Ceri Griffiths here, or as you know me, Ceri the Crafter. Now, as you know, I actually answer or look at every single one of the comments you guys make because I feel we're a family, and you've been kind enough to give me a positive comment or have a question. I do my best to acknowledge it or answer it. Sometimes it's a thank you, sometimes it's a thumbs up or a little heart, but I do read all of them, do my best with that, although it is taking a lot of time each day. But that's good, not a moan, it's a positive. There has been one or two recurring questions or comments coming up that I thought, right, let's see if I can address those bit by bit. So one that recurs quite often with my gel print, mono printing things that I do for backgrounds is, I keep being asked, how do you store them and how do you use them? Well, in my mind, that's actually two questions. So what I'll do is I'm going to answer the first part is basically how do I store them or categorize them or whichever. I'm going to do that in this video, and then later on at some point I'll do another video showing you how I actually use them. But to be honest with you, because I usually print 12 by 12s, once they're printed, I usually just treat them as I would any other cardstock. But I do things like jelly journals. I do use them for covering boxes. We won't go into that now, but anyway, know that there is another video that will come maybe a month's time. Depends on how I get round to it, because the filming schedule is quite intense and I'm really enjoying doing it. So in this one, I'm going to show you just the method I use for actually categorizing and keeping control of my gel prints, and hopefully it helps you. I mean, maybe you can use the same system that I use, maybe for another set of items other than gel prints. I mean, I call it the traffic light system, which is obviously red, amber, green, and I'll talk you through it and I'll show you the boxes I use to store stuff. I do the best I can to get everything here. So I think, well, with no further ado, I think we need to go to the overhead so you can actually see what I'm talking about, and I can talk you through it, and hopefully that'll be answer that comment. So see you in a bit. Let's just do the flippy thing now and get on with it. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully it's in shot. As you know, I've got this new camera set up, so I can't look through the iPad, but I've done a bit of a test and I've got some markers to give me rough parameters. Okay, I use these boxes. Here in the UK, I ordered them from a company called Westpac. I think that's WESTPAC, but I'm sure they're a universal 12 by 12 storage for scrapbooking. If you need a dimension of them, let's see, that's 13.5 inches that way, which is roughly 34 centimeters. This way is slightly narrower. This way is 12.25 inches by 31.5 centimeters. So these are the boxes I use. I find them really useful. I even store my 12 by 12 jelly plate in one, and I store my my 9 by 12 jelly plate in one of these as well, purely because the clamshell things that they came in eventually broke over after use. So anyway, so that's what I'm talking about when I'm storing. Now, I did mention that I have what I call a traffic light system, which is red, amber, green. So the red ones are backgrounds that I've made that are basically the basic background. So let's have a look at some of that. So this would be the red box. So the red box is basically I'll stand here and I will make a whole box full of backgrounds. I mean, I had a session the other day, and in about an hour I made 80 backgrounds, and literally I do this so that I don't work purely on a white background. I've got coloured backgrounds, and then what I tend to do is I'll go through, maybe I'll pull all the blue ones out, and then when I'm doing a jelly print session I'll use blue jelly backgrounds. Just so that this is the red box, meaning the red box is they're just a background. There's nothing more to them. They are purely just a background. Okay, so that's box number one. Now, if it goes to a green box, the green box means I've actually done more to it. It's got more than the one layer. So red box is only one layer, it's a background. The green box, the amber box, sorry. Let's start that one again. So, red box. This is the amber box. The amber box is one step up from the red one. These have got a little bit of pattern on them, but they're not quite finished yet. They're the ones where, yes, I know they're lovely, but they're missing something. They haven't got the oomph. They haven't got the wow. They haven't got that finishing factor about it, and I'm undecided as to what needs to go on there. So they go into the amber box, and usually if I'm doing a jelly plate session, I'll have this open because sometimes I want to clean the plate, or I've got some detail or some grunge on there. I'll very often grab for one of these and press it down and lift it off, just to add more layers to these. So we've gone red, amber, and then we go to the green box. The green box, in my opinion, is the box that is finished. It's the box where there's nothing else needed to do on them. These are the ones that are finished and ready to go. These are the ones that I would grab for making a jelly journal, a background, tags, labels. These are the ones that are absolutely finished. I love that colour combination. I keep forgetting about that colour combination. Absolutely love it. This is where I'll come if I'm doing a project. Say I'm covering a box. Let's see if I can reach a box. Okay, right. So say I'm covering a box like this. This is my arty postcard box. This is all covered with my jelly prints. So what I do is I just dive into this box and use it if I'm doing a journal cover, or if I want to make, say, ATCs, I might find one of these. Let's just use the top one. I would take this, I could cut this into 2.5 by 3.5 pieces, and then that gives me a base for all of my ATCs or artist trading cards. I could cut these down into postcards, and then their background's ready for me to develop further in my arty postcards. So that's the green box. Now, there are times when things are in the green box, and I loved them at the time, but then flicking through, say this one, I come across this and go, you know what, this really needs something. I don't know what it is. I'll then put it back in the amber box because maybe there was something, I loved it on the day, but I didn't love it when I came to work with it. So that's the system I use. So we've got red box. Red box is background only, normally one pull. Amber box has had probably a few layers, but is missing the wow factor. The green box is absolutely hunky-dory, ready to go. Now there are a couple of other things that I do have. I have this box, which is when I'm doing cleanups for tissue paper. This is where all the tissue paper goes, and it comes in here because I use it for doing collage in my art journal, in my planner sometimes. This is just where tissue paper goes, so I can pull on it should I need it. So that's another bit of my storage. And then there's one more little bit of storage if I've cut pieces down. Oh, these are the labels. Where's the pieces gone? 1 second. I pulled the wrong box out. That's my label box. You've seen me use labels before anyway. So then the last box is this one where maybe I've been working with something and I've got like A4 pieces of gel print left over. Because say I want to make something specific, but I don't need a whole sheet of 12 by 12. I will try and crop it in such a way that the diameter, the dimensions are that of a piece of copier paper, because this in itself could just become a signature page as I use it. So that's the only other time. I don't normally cut my 12 by 12 down unless I'm going to use them for a project. So, and just as you saw the sneaky peek, this is the roll-off drawer for labels. You've seen me, there's a video on how I do these, and I do use my labels all the time. So hopefully that actually answered the question you guys were after. Move that out of the way, let's have a look through this. So basically that's it. I mean, these are the ones that I consider ready to go, ready to use. I've had a few questions as to whether I'd make digitals out of them. I have to be careful making digitals because digitals can only be made if the stuff I've made the gel print from is not copyrighted. Like this is gorgeous, but I couldn't use this as a digital because I don't own the rights for that, and I don't own the rights for that, and I don't own the rights for that because that's a Tim Holtz. I love this one. Couldn't make a digital because, to be honest with you, it's not something that's my idea. It's someone else's copyrighted design. But these could become journal covers. I mean, I do make my own journal covers for my planner. I do make journal covers out of these as well. So, okay, good example. These two are very similar. So what I would probably do is I would stick them back to back, and then I would make a journal cover out of that. Obviously, I cut it down to the right dimensions, probably whichever side was more interesting, which is probably that side. So yes, so there are lots of things I do with them. So hopefully that's answered that comment, guys. Thank you very much. Do keep the comments coming. If I can answer something, I will. If I can't answer it, I'll try and direct you to someone who can. And if it's something that I can't find anyone who's an expert on, I will definitely make a note of the comment and I will try my darndest to answer it in the next video. So thank you for all your comments, guys. Let's take that one out of the way. And this is me. I'm Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri the Crafter. Signing off for now. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.